Tinubu is not weak. Retired Army Captain says President faces powerful interests. President faces powerful interests. Who is this one? A retired Nigerian Army Captain Effiong has claimed that hidden powerful interests wield significant influence over Nigeria's government and military, alleging that even the president operates under certain limitations. In a statement circulating online, Eyo said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not be seen as weak, arguing instead that every Nigerian president faces constraints imposed by influential forces within the country's power structure. I beg you people should stop with that excuse. There is always constraints. They are always facing constraints. If you know that you cannot tackle any constraint that is going to be imposed on you when you become the president, then don't become the president. Who are these people that are so powerful than the president of the country? We should not see him. Then he's weak. If he cannot tackle those people, he is definitely weak. We should stop telling us, giving us that excuses. I beg. According to the retired officer, the First Lady's remarks regarding the reported United States airstrikes in Sokoto suggested that some critical decisions may be beyond the government's direct control. How? Why should something be beyond his control? He's the president of the country, so why should some things be beyond his control? I don't get it. He also questioned why senior military officers appear reluctant to act independently, wondering whether there are fair consequences from individuals who signal influence. Eyo further referenced the late former chief of army staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, who died in the military aircraft in 2021, claiming the circumstances surrounding the incident remains unclear. He alleged without providing evidence that Atahiru's death may have been connected to efforts to confront powerful interests. The retired captain maintained that Nigeria's security challenges cannot be solved by the government or military alone. So who will now solve it? Urging young Nigerians to become actively involved in efforts to address the country's problem, and so that you can buy us more, Abi, did we not actively involve ourselves? As at during NSAS, did you not buy youth? I'm sure you were part of those that were sent to Lekki toll gate to go and buy people. When did you retire, sir? So Nigeria, you should stand up and we want to buy them again, Abi. He also disclosed that he has struggled with depression since retiring from the military and expressed concerns about Nigeria's future. So make that depression no later do you something. Calling on citizens to take greater responsibility for the nation's progress. I beg. Sit down. South Africa says Abia Bank, and that's the Ogidion Moshawore Jagunlabi, is young, strong, intelligent, smart, bold, and fearless. Omoyaje carried go boy Pablo Escobar, whom you call Tinubu, funded the importation of these foreign machineries into Nigeria, spearheaded by Buhari Buzuayi and supported by Shetima Zulu Matawali. Masari Ribadu El-Rufai Sultan, etc. Pablo is not there to help anyone, but hired Adeboye to defend evil. No be small thing. As many said, Oga, if you want the youth to take responsibility in fighting banditry, vote to or them in the next election. Why vote for one Momo that is hopelessly clueless and you expect the youth to act? Impossible. This problem did not start yesterday. This Momo saw it and offered himself to Savabi. You were shouting Emilokon like as if you have solution to Nigeria's problem. He has two alternatives: fight and win, or expose his hopelessly clueless self the more. Exactly, because you cannot be telling us that there are some powerful forces that are more powerful than the president of the country. It's not possible. I told you and I said, but everything you wrote is what defines him as weak. Do you get? Try that with Burkina Faso president and see. When ECOWAS threatened Burkina Faso and Tinubu said he wants to work with them, what happened? I beg, if you don't get talk, just go collect pay for this one you don't talk for. Do you get? He's weak. If there are people that are controlling their affairs and he cannot do anything about it, then he's a weak president. Very weak. How can he establish authority surpasses all other authorities in the country? Please don't give me that crap. This is when he should show them who he is. Exactly. You're the president of the country. Why are there some forces that are powerful than you and you're allowing it? I beg. Abia Bank says if you can't stand up to those men to forge ahead as the commander-in-chief, you need to step aside. That's why we need a vibrant person, full of energy and stamina, to confront those forces. Exactly. If you can't control the forces, then you are weak. You are very, very weak. We'll go one for says, truly speaking, Nigeria is not easy to rule unless God is on your side, because evil forces and occultic power are many, that it is written in the Bible, we are not fighting against flesh and blood, but against evil powers. And then you must be ready to also face those evil powers. Fortify yourself to be able to stand against those evil powers as well. Totally says he's clearly a weak man that has nothing to do in the corridors of power, let alone being there. Who smuggle Tinubu into office? Should we sympathize with, but go after people that were not elected? This is nonsense. He has to be out of that place if he cannot deliver on his mandate. Yes. If you can't do the job, then leave. Chancellor said, didn't he know before asking for the job and claiming it is his turn? To answer Mr. President that complains while enjoying the support of the office. Beg. And therefore says, now that the retired captain has opened the box and pointed to some unknown dangerous object, check if there is point in what he has said. Who is to bail the Capt? Chris says, well, if there are interests strong enough to make him afraid and stop him from doing what he sought to do, then he is weak. Yes. There's no two ways about it. He is definitely weak. Shamaka says, since he cannot confront the powerful challenges, then he is weak. He is. Okay, they says, when you cannot do your job as commander-in-chief, then you are weak. When powerful interests are more powerful than the federal might at your disposal, then you are weak. So that one that you're saying that we should not say him as weak, you are off point. Effiong says, he who blows the pipe, they taste the tune. Power is given on arrangement, so to be honorable, you must respect agreement. Eugene Ogeleka says, but you were among those who campaigned against JJ for being weak as president. Now you are qualifying your paymaster's weakness. Don't mind him. We should not perceive him as weak. Best narrative says, story for the hens. When it comes to security, they are powerless, but when it comes to sharing the national cake, they will have strength. They was saying, my wife, the first lady, Yalaka. Be joking with serious things. Later they will act as if they are not seeing what is going on. They see everything going on, but they choose to talk on what they want to talk on. He sees that people has been calling out his wife, calling out all sort of name. He came and saying, my first lady, my wife, Yalaka, and more people there were there laughing at what he said. I beg, people now go sit down. And listen, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.